May is Mental Health Awareness Month, so we're covering several different topics. Today we're covering mental health and exercise, mental health and movement, mental health and laughter. And is that really the best medicine? We're going to talk about all of that. I am with Dr. Margie Egan, and she's a lifestyle medicine expert at the CU Shoots Health and Wellness Center. And I'm with Deb Whitaker, who is a laughter yoga leader trainer. So we're going to talk about all the things today. First, Margie, let me ask you a couple questions. So exercise, we all know it's good for us, but how does it help our mental health and mental well-being?
Well, first of all, Stephanie, thanks for having me on today.
Well, I should say we're moving funny because we're sitting on these really funny chairs. So if you see us wobbling around, we are in these like stability ball
chairs. I call them the Alice in Wonderland chairs that we have in one of our conference rooms at the CU Health and Wellness Center.
Yeah, they're super fun.
So how is exercise good for you?
Yes, and good for your mental health.
Good for your mental health. So there have been a lot of studies that have shown that yes, exercise or movement will help with anxiety and depression. The intensity of exercise can vary, we know, between high and low.
Right, I was going to ask you, does it matter? Do you have to sprint on a treadmill, or can you do, is it jumping jacks? Is it?
And the studies are conflicting with that, and that's what sometimes is frustrating with articles that are out there, because you get conflicting answers. And so our main philosophy is move. Call it joyful movement and get out there like we're moving around on these chairs.
Yeah, on these fun chairs. And we were talking about this earlier, you know, people hear exercise and that can be a stressor even mentally too. Like,
correct.
Oh, do I need the right clothes? What gym do I go to? What do I do? So you're just saying move in a happy way that makes you feel good.
Move your body. I look at children and they constantly move. And if we can just mimic what they're doing, and it'll bring joy to us and laughter and also mental health improvement.
Right, so I asked you to kind of prep a couple exercises or something that anyone can do.
Sure.
So what do you have?
And these are just exercises, but the first thing I would start with,
okay, let's try here.
All right, is let's go into a power pose.
I need to set these papers down. Power pose.
Power pose. And then go back to your chair.
They say this is even confident boosting. Like,
absolutely.
If you're going into a big meeting or something,
yes,
you just
do this before you go in.
Take a power pose break.
2 deep breaths before you go in. And then what I want you to do is the chair is behind you, so your office chair.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully they don't roll on us. is one that you sit down and get up.
So we're kind of squatting.
Yep, and that's why I have the chair there, because people are always confused about the proper alignment for squats.
Right.
So if you have a chair, and then the better you get at this, if you don't sit, but you just touch your bottom down and up, that's a squat.
Right.
It's that weird sensation of putting your butt out there, which we're always told not to put our butts out. And then after you do that, maybe 10 times, I would lift a leg and hold on to something like I just fell over. And
so
lift
kind
another
of
leg.
Stretching.
Yep. Yep.
And how much exercise should people be doing to see mental health benefits overall? I mean, just mental health benefits, I guess.
Mental health benefits. If you at least could do 10 minutes of moderate activity.
So 10 minutes.
10 minutes a day. And what I would love people to do, and all my patients, is to get outside and do something outside in nature, even if it's just a walk. That the nature, the exposure to nature, and then the movement is helping you with mental health.
The weather's finally cooperating today, so
yes,
get outside. Yeah, being outside just helps you mentally as well. And for someone who, does exercise benefit mental health in more of a prevention way? Like if there's someone who's already experiencing anxiety, experiencing depression, it's like you can't really just say, well, go out and walk, or can you? Like what?
You can, and that's what's interesting is the...
how much does it work, I guess?
They, again, don't have the exact data, but the improvement in mental health is working with people who already are anxious or depressed. And if we can get them moving, and this is where the high intensity exercise shows that there's better improvement in their mental health. But it's very difficult to have someone who's very depressed and tell them to go sprint on the treadmill for 10 minutes.
Right, like just exercise, you'll be fine.
Yeah, versus co-creating a plan with them, just saying, just go out for a gentle walk. Right. And then you work with people, and then they realize they're feeling better, and then the intensity will build from there.
Okay.
But I forgot to end the exercise thing. I want you to end the power pose.
Okay.
And then put a smile on your face.
Smiling always helps.
Yeah.
Even if you're faking it, maybe it'll help.
Absolutely. And that's what Deb and I were talking about earlier.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and Deb, let's talk about laughter yoga, which might seem like a silly concept to some, but it's kind of a serious thing, really. It can really help.
So I want to greet you and say this is one of my favorites. It's aloha.
So we're going to be laughing, because laughing, that's what it's about, right?
come all the time to laughter yoga and they say, oh, that was really fun. And it is not just fun, it's a serious exercise. It's a unique concept whereby we laugh for 10 to 15 minutes heartily. And that's where you get the profound health benefits of reduced stress, reduced depression, increased immune system, and many other scientifically proven benefits. And I'm just going to mirror a lot of what you said because it applies to laughter yoga. Because fake it till you make it is
Right,
a
I was going to
concept.
say, it might feel kind of, I mean, there's laughter yoga classes that you lead. It might be kind of awkward, maybe, feelings. Starting out, you're like, well, I have to laugh in front of all these people and pretend to laugh. You know, like, how do you get over that hurdle? Yeah, so let's start with let's start with like our basic.
Because they're sort of uncomfortable at first. And so we just kind of start with, ha ha. And this is called gradient laughter, and you start really slowly. And when you get used to people, we tell you to make eye contact with each other so that you build community. And pretty soon, you know, look at each other and laugh.
Social
Right, you'll laugh.
She laughed very hard when she looked at me.
Right. And so doing it for and by yourself every day is also very easy. You can go to classes, but for and by
Yeah, I was going to
yourself.
ask if you. So where would you find a class? One, but do you have to go to a class?
Well, I think my email address is posted on your website, and I'll find classes for people if they want to go. I also certify leaders, but my real goal in teaching any class is to leave somebody with what they can do on their own by themselves. And so what you do is, when I wake up in the morning, I just kind of stretch a little bit, and I breathe in. Breathing has a lot to do with laughter yoga.
You need lots of breath for laughter.
I breathe in to my belly, which is a pitcher, and I fill that pitcher all the way up. And then I breathe out through pursed lips, and then I might just start slowly laughing as I wiggle around. But you pull the sides of your mouth up into a Cheshire cat smile.
When you laugh, it just happens too.
Yeah, but when you do it on purpose, it looks really funny. And so if you do this in the mirror, in your bathroom.
It has to make you feel better, right?
Yeah.
So talk about that a little bit, Dr. Regan. Laughter yoga, it has to help you mentally, right? Just talk about any science behind that helping our
There
mental health.
is great science that also laughter yoga will help with your mood, elevating the mood, helping with stress, like Deb said. We are big on stress resilience, helping people build stress resilience. And laughter yoga is a perfect way when you're not feeling good or it's been a bad day or you're falling into a depression again. The fake it till you make it. If you start with the laughter yoga, it can maybe stop that spiraling down into depression.
So yeah, we started with a gradient laugh, which was kind of light laughter, and then it gets bigger. But what's another exercise, I guess? She showed me before we came on all these different types of laughs that you can do in the class. So
when you're out and about and you feel your mood deflating a little and you think, you know, I could use a good laugh. Pull out your cell phone. Pull out your cell phone.
I don't have it.
my phone doesn't use Facebook Live.
Pull out your imaginary.
Okay, let's pretend.
Okay.
I do
Hello?
like this like an old school phone.
Oh, that's the funniest thing I have ever heard.
So this is the cell phone laugh. I saw that in your stack.
So
I
we're
saw
gonna
cell
put it
phone
back.
laugh. Put it back. Okay. And then you don't look like too crazy walking down the
That's
street laughing to
right.
yourself.
That's right. And it really is contagious and people will pick up on it. The other time is when people cut you off in traffic, instead of getting really mad at them, if you just look at them and laugh, that really...
It gets them upset, probably.
That's fine.
I'm really sort of joking about that because
but
it
it does
does
help.
upset them. It helps you.
Yep.
True.
It helps you. It doesn't necessarily help them.
Oh, they cut you off.
But and we have exercises for kids, for seniors,
Yeah,
for people with PTSD.
I have a 3.5-year-old. We talked about the Jack in the Box laugh, which I thought was very entertaining. Let's do that one.
Okay.
I think that's what's next.
Yeah.
So, well, this is a kid's one. and
Okay.
it's Jack in the Box. Do it with me.
Okay.
Ha 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 ha. Very good. Yay!
That's laughter yoga. So, for those, in case they don't go to our website right now and look it up, how do they find the laughter yoga I guess, how do they learn it?
How do they, there's nothing special or magic about laughter yoga except to laugh and breathe.
Okay.
And so as little as 18 seconds with this smile
Just doing this
and breathing for 18 seconds will kick in the serotonin.
Why 18 seconds?
I don't know why it's just scientifically proven, but I always
18 seconds.
I've never seen this study.
Yeah.
So as you
Not
said,
17, 18.
that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Or more.
Yeah. And we say 10 to 15 minutes of hearty laughter a day, and that's really all you need.
Right.
So there aren't any rules besides the breathing and the laughing.
So we all know how to laugh. I don't know if there's any questions from Facebook on how to laugh, or if you want to go, if you have any questions about the exercises that we did. We talked about kind of a squat,
Yeah.
the power pose, some laughter. Is there anything else that you guys wanted
We
to
didn't
add?
talk about dance.
Oh yeah, so that was
a big part.
that was another exercise you wanted to
Yes.
show us when we were talking about joyful movement.
Correct. 'Cause
Dance
to
is joyful.
me, exercise, some people feel is a chore, and you can just move, and I call it joyful movement.
Right.
We all love music. Put a song on, close your eyes, and just start swaying to the
Yeah, I should
music.
have brought some music.
That's fine. And then just let your body go.
I can sing.
Yeah, you can sing. You
I
sing.
know Deb will sing.
You'll have to sing with me.
I'll sing. I'm not good.
I feel good, da 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 da. Don't you know that I would, da 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 da.
And see, so we're
So
moving.
and we're moving and
Yeah.
we're exercising.
And now let's say you don't have the ability to move. If you close your eyes and just imagine yourself moving, or you watch people dancing, that has just a great effect.
Interesting.
As if you were dancing yourself.
So you're stressed sitting at your desk, maybe experiencing something.
Put a YouTube video on
of people
dancers,
dancing.
or go to a production of, it doesn't have to be a professional, it could be high school, it could be your 3.5-year-old toddlers
Right.
getting up there and dancing.
Doing the Jack in the Box lap.
Yep.
Too.
So I encourage you to do that. I would do 2 songs a day. That would be what? Songs are 4 minutes each, be 8 minutes a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would help your mood.
So mental health benefits for sure, and preventing experiencing maybe any mental health issues. Just keeping maybe some balance in your life.
Absolutely.
Kind of taking mental breaks from the stressors that we experience, I think, through dance, through laughter yoga, all those kinds of things. Is there anything else you wanted to add?
I had a couple things to say. I dressed like this so that everybody would know there's no special equipment, mats, dress for
Yeah, we
laughter
talked about
yoga.
you don't have to change your
You can do
clothes.
it anytime, anywhere. All you have to do is laugh. It's good for all ages, all abilities.
Yeah.
You can sit in a chair. You can go to a class and sit in a chair because people will just make a circle around you.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah, I had never heard of laughter yoga before we had met Deb, and it's this whole other thing, and it's a great thing.
And if you're embarrassed to do it, don't you think you could put a YouTube video on of just laughter? And it's so contagious that people would probably start laughing.
Well, one of the first people I met when I was being trained as a trainer was a guy who came from Australia, and he had been told that he should get his affairs in order because he didn't have long to live. And he went home and put in Laurel and Hardy and the Three Stooges. And he was not a laughter yoga person at that time. He just laughed. He had heard about the healing benefits of Norman Cousins and laughter on its own, and he's still on the road with Dr. Kataria 10 years later, so pretty profound.
And
I have goosebumps
I know you have
thinking about
goosebumps,
it.
yeah.
Who is that? Just explain to the audience who that
Merv
is.
Neal.
His
Well,
name
no,
is Merv.
Dr. Katari.
Oh, Dr. Madan Kataria
Madan Kataria.
started laughter yoga. He's a medical doctor from Mumbai, India. And he started it in a park, and he went with his wife Mudari, who's a yoga teacher, and after they started laughing, because he had found all the profound benefits from just laughing, she said, people really have to breathe with us. You can't have them
So
just
that's the
laugh.
yoga part of it, is
That's-
incorporating the breathing, making sure.
So they don't pass out from just yoga.
Right.
Just laughing.
Yoga, most people think we have to do standing poses, but yoga is just a body, mind, spirit connection.
Yeah.
Right.
And you get that connection with community. I love the smiles you guys have.
So we're talking about laughing and happy things, so it's kind of hard not to.
So when you leave here, I want you to think about, how do I feel now? Because I think you're going to feel a lot lighter. But people who are in really bad moods feel a lot lighter. And that's how I turned to laughter yoga. I had lost my job. I really had my nose out of joint. And somebody took me kicking and screaming to laughter yoga. And I left there and I thought, I am so too cool for this.
Right.
She dragged me the next week, and and she said, just see how you feel afterwards. And afterwards, I felt pretty great. And I said, I'm going to see if this really works next week. And I went, and I never looked back.
Wow.
I immediately got trained to be a leader, and then went and trained with Dr. Kataria.
Because that's one of the barriers I see is if someone's really kind of down, they're like, ugh, no, I'm not
It's
going.
hard to-
I'm not going to that, you know.
Yeah.
And
He has a YouTube video that says, "I don't feel like laughing today."
Nice.
And he just sits there for a long time, just kind of staring off into space and repeats that over and over. And then he starts to do the sad laugh, which is ha, ha, ha. And he just builds on it. It's sort of a long video.
yeah, very interesting.
But it
though.
sounds nice.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
great.